Nowadays, we are hearing about AI, GPT, Copilot, and many new terms every single day at work. Today, we want to know what is Copilot for Office Microsoft 365, and we are going to have four short videos about it. I'm Mehdi, Microsoft Certified Trainer with a background of surveying, planning, GIS analytics, and business intelligence in construction. And if you stay with me, you will find out what is Copilot and how you can make use of it within less than, I would say, like 1 hour. And before we start, the video is made by Depot Digital Engineering Podcast series that are made by digital engineering planning and infrastructure business. This is a startup that is focusing on digital engineering in Australia. So what we are going to do today, well, whole the four sessions are allocated into three parts. First of all, we are going to have an introduction of Copilot for Microsoft 365. The second part is exploring the possibilities that you will have by with Copilot for Microsoft 365, and then we talk about optimization and extending the Copilot for these products. Let's focus on Module 1, Introduction of Copilot for Microsoft 365. So when we talk about Copilot, what's Copilot? Microsoft Copilot, and let's be clear, it's like a generic term. Here we just talk about the Copilot for Microsoft 365. And this is an AI-powered feature that integrates LLM, large language models, with Microsoft Graph and Microsoft 365 App Data. So remember, we have a couple of components, an LLM model, large language model, a graph that is connector of LLM, and the third part, which is 365 app data. That app data can come from Excel, can come from Word, PowerPoint, and everything that you have worked over the course of your career. And the idea here is not to improve the way that you work. This is going to revolutionize the way your everyday activities at work. It's going to be amazing. Hey, what Copilot for Microsoft 365 is? This is the main focus of today, and we will see how Copilot is going to work. We talk about the core components of Copilot and also the commitment to have kind of responsible AI practice by Microsoft. We are going to show you two videos from Microsoft, and we will talk about it across the next slides. Let me play this video to have a quick showcase of the Copilot. So what we learned here is Copilot is able to be embedded into different Microsoft products like Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Power BI, and all the other featuring ones. And it's able to create and generate answers using AI. This is what we call generative AI. Okay, what Copilot is for Microsoft 365? We should consider two separate parts. We can have, first of all, we had some examples. Outlook, imagine if you want to use Outlook, you can say, okay, I want to summarize large email threads into a couple of bullet points. In PowerPoint, you can say, okay, just imagine getting all the slides and summarize it into one single page. And in Word, you can say, I want to rewrite the paragraph in different tone on the side. These kind of things were not just a dream. We needed an assistant to do it, and now we have it thanks to Copilot and generative AI. So Copilot for Microsoft 365 system is representing a new working paradigm, and this is going to foster sort of collaboration between AI and employees. AI can be considered as your like digital assistant. It's always helping you. It's awake 24 hours, 7 days of the week. No problem, hassle-free, is able to help you understanding the data, understanding the text, and generating the materials that you want to have. The product is powered by LLM, large language models. If you have worked with ChatGPT, you are potentially have worked with LLMs a lot. They are the models that are trained using a lot of data and are offering kind of generative AI on top of it, the natural language processing. The other part is Microsoft Graph Data. We will talk about it in the future slides. And the other thing that is listed here is seamless integration between Microsoft 365 suite products. This is another very cool thing. So for instance, you want to have a Word file that is sourced from some data that you have in Excel. Now it's possible thanks to the Microsoft Graph and the integration that we have in 365 suite. So the real-time access to Microsoft Graph is something that is helping to generate responses in business concept. We can have precise and contextually our responses align with ongoing work. And it's like everything that we have is resting on Microsoft security, compliance, and privacy approach ecosystem. So it means that if you are trusting Microsoft products, you can trust Copilot. It's not going to be different level of security or anything. We have another video here to show how it works.
Microsoft 365 Copilot is powered by what we call the Copilot system, a sophisticated processing and orchestration engine. It harnesses the power of three foundational technologies: the Microsoft 365 apps, that's Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Teams, and more; the Microsoft Graph, that's all your content and context, your emails, files, meetings, chats, and calendar; and a large language model, or LLM, a creative engine capable of parsing and producing human-readable text, all accessible through natural language. It starts with a prompt from you in an app. Copilot pre-processes the prompt through an approach called grounding. Put simply, grounding improves the quality of the prompt, so you get answers that are relevant and actionable. One of the most important parts of grounding is making a call to the Microsoft Graph to retrieve your business content and context. Copilot combines this user data from the graph with other inputs to improve the prompt. It then sends that modified prompt to the LLM. You may be familiar with what an LLM can do based on your experience with ChatGPT or Bing Chat. Copilot takes the response from the LLM and post-processes it. This post-processing includes additional grounding calls to the graph, responsible AI checks, security, compliance, and privacy reviews, and command generation. Finally, Copilot sends a response to the user and commands back to the apps. Copilot iteratively processes and orchestrates these sophisticated services to produce a result that feels like magic.
Another great stuff. We saw how Microsoft Graph and the Microsoft Office 365 and LLM are working together. These are something that, yeah, if you're interested, is something to know, but yeah, you don't need to know it to be able to use Copilot really. Sorry. So the very first thing is about licensing. If you want to use Copilot for Microsoft 365, you need to have E3 or E5 for enterprises, A3 or A5 faculty ones, or Microsoft 365 Business Standard or Business Premium one to be able to use it. The authentication is happening using the Microsoft Entra ID, and you need OneDrive to be able to share files and contents with Copilot. If you want to use Copilot for Outlook, you need to have the newest version of Outlook installed on your machine. If you want to explore how Copilot for Microsoft 365 works, we need to consider three different points. So we might need to understand the context and requirements of the user. So it's helping you to understand the user need by analyzing the contents, gaining personal insight, and also real-time monitoring of the reactions that the user and the software are having. The way that we are going to work is absolutely getting transformed. If we call it revolution, it's something that is already happening. So the actions are taken by some sort of like powerful search and also the natural phrasing like LLM and refined recommendations that we will have. And the key capabilities that Office 365 is offering is optimizing work efficiency through enhanced engagement, streamlining communication, and robust support for writing, presentations, data analysis, security, and user control. Lot of words, lot of buzzwords. Yeah, you don't need to know about it. What is important here is embracing Copilot in your daily activities. It's going to be powerful, it's going to help you, and it's going to be your friend. We should see how well we saw that in a video somehow. But yeah, if you want to get a better understanding of how this framework works, we need to look at this complicated chart. On top, you are sitting as user and devices. So imagine it's you, and the way that you can communicate with the like products and the files is through some Office 365 apps, Teams, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook, whatever you imagine. And after that, Copilot for Office for Microsoft 365 is sitting. It's connected to Microsoft Graph. That's the core that is actually relating and connecting all the components of Office 365, all the files, all the Excel, like spreadsheets, Word files, and everything that you can imagine. And like by the request that you make, all this process is happening instantly. The files that you have called will be read. There might be some search that is needed to be done in your like the chat that you have done before, and the answer will be returned to Copilot to be processed and returned to the user again. So the users can initiate Copilot from devices that have Microsoft 365 app installed, as I said. We have three components: Copilot Service, the Microsoft Graph, and also Microsoft 365 tenant that contains your organizational data. So again, Copilot Service, then we have Microsoft Graph, and then we have the organizational data that we are able to get queries from. The core components of Copilot, we have three core components: LLM, large language models, natural language processing or NLP, sorry, and Microsoft 365 apps. So what LLM is doing is LLM is an expert in understanding and generating human-like text. It operates as a generative AI and create new content for you. It is providing an engine that drives Copilot capabilities. And finally, privately hosted on Azure OpenAI services. So probably you have used Azure before. Azure OpenAI service is a relatively new feature that is sitting on Azure, and all LLMs that are used in Copilot are hosted there. The second component, natural language processing or NLP. This is the key AI technology for machines to understand, interpret, and respond to human languages. And components that they have includes tokenization, semantic analysis, sentiment analysis to understand the feeling or the tone of the user, and also the language translation. And last but not least, we have Microsoft 365 apps, the familiar ones that you can collaborate seamlessly with Copilot there and enhance the user support across the entire Office suite. So for instance, Copilot in Word specifically assists user of processing, creating, comprehending, and editing documents. You should know which Copilot we should use in which software, and it's already there to help you. We don't want to talk about this slide much. It's a little bit like everything in the video. Everything here is covered in the video, so I will pass this slide. So the last slide here is showing how Microsoft is committed to provide responsible AI. And responsible AI is relying on six main components, which is fairness, availability and safety, privacy and security, inclusiveness, transparency, and accountability. What is fairness? Fairness is striving to eliminate biases for equal treatment of all users. And this is one of the most important parts of using AI. The second thing, reliability and safety. They offer you rigorous testing and making being ensured that we have consistent and safe AI performance all the time. Then we have privacy and security. That's the third part of the responsible AI commitment of Microsoft. And this is a commitment to safeguard the user data in all phases. This is very important if you are working with the organizational data. Then we have inclusiveness, which is crafting AI tools for accessibility and benefiting everyone. We have second last one, which is transparency, which is sitting here. Transparency means keeping users informed about AI system and their purposes, how they have been used, and like kind of offering transparency across whole the system of AI. It's something that it's not easy. Let's talk about as transparent as possible at this point. Because yeah, like GPT is kind of black box that we are not going to be able to promise 100% transparency there yet. Hopefully we will achieve it. And the last one is accountability, which means adhering to ethical and legal standards and holding developers accountable for the way that they have developed the AI tools.